On August 24th, Xbox is going to have a Gamescom stream, and it's going to be hosted by Paris Lilly. And while I'm excited to see lots of other Xbox games, it'll be another chance for Paris to roast Kahlief more than Kahlief can roast his own cooking.
Wait, hold on. First of all, how are you gonna bring me on a show that has me as the guest, and then talk about other guests who are not even on the show, who haven't been on the show, who haven't even hit you back to be on the show, and I'm better than them in all aspects of all things? What is this, Caesar? I don't appreciate this. If I could walk out of this virtually, I would, but I'm not gonna, because I love it.
Let's just start the show. Hello and welcome to Patch Notes, your weekly show on the video game news you need to know about. My name is Cesar Torres.
Hey everybody, I'm Kahlief Adams.
And let's jump into your weekly Patch Notes. Hey y'all, today is August 15th. Do you know what that means?
No.
Yeah, no, I'm out.
Today is Chant at the Moon Day.
Oh.
I don't know what we're chanting.
I mean...
A summer where the days are long and the nights are longer on this full moon, August 15th, joined thousands of people around the country to chant or even howl into the heavens as part of Chant at the Moon Day.
I can understand the howling part, but what the hell are you chant at the, like, are you chanting moon? Or you're like, moon. Like, what do you mean chant at the moon?
It doesn't say here. It just says it's to enhance the tree roots.
Is it like hip hop moon? Hey. Like, is it like, what moon? Yeah, hey, be bright and reflect off the sun.
It's also, this is my favorite combo we've seen on this show. It's National Back to School Prep Day, and it's also National Relaxation Day.
Don't go together at all.
No.
I don't know if whoever made this has ever prepped to go back to school.
That's the biggest lie, because first of all, what you should do when you're going back to school is chant at the moon.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you should do.
Exactly.
Put your favorite binder into your backpack and your laptop and your one number 2 pencil that you've never used, and then you go chant at the moon, and then go to school, and then get clowned on by everybody when you're the freshman. That's great while you try to relax.
McKenna's actually prepping to go back to school right now.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, not relaxing. Not at all. I'm so stressed. Maybe I'll just chant at the moon. Maybe that'll bring
you some relaxation.
Wait a minute, really quick before we move off of chanting off the moon. Is this only a night activity? Does this mean that everybody...
Let me look into it.
Because it's a holiday that you can't celebrate for like 12 hours.
It says grab your friends for a late night picnic under the stars. So yes, it's a night activity.
Bullshit. Nobody picnicking at night.
What are we doing during the day then? We're wasting like what?
On August 6th, during a Twitch stream, Wreck-It Raven, who is a black non-binary streamer, was the victim of a hate raid, receiving a flood of messages in the chat such as "This channel now belongs to the KKK," and this was the second time this week that had happened. And Raven shared their experience on Twitter with the Twitch Do Better hashtag. Since then, many other streamers of color, LGBTQIA+, and other notable black streamers have shared their experiences with hate raids. It has been noted that there might be the cause of this increase in the hate raids is the inclusion and identifying of tags, in which people can identify themselves with tags such as black, transgender, or disabled. As important as these tags are for people to express themselves, unfortunately, has led to easier harassment of marginalized groups of people. On August 11th, Twitch made a statement saying that they had seen the complaints and that they had been able to identify a vulnerability in the proactive filters and have rolled out an update to close the gap and better detect hate speech. Twitch also added that they would be implementing more updates in the future and they would be helping streamers protect themselves, and ended their message by saying, "Our work is never done and your input is essential as we try to build a safer Twitch."
Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that Twitch needs to do. What are some of the things you think they could fix the issue with?
I mean, it's a multi-layered conversation where you have, there's a technology gap that is there. I think a lot of people, and we talked about this when we had Raven on the show this past week, was there's a misconception that comes from the community often about like, this is easy, you should just fix it because Amazon has a crap ton of money. Like, there's a layer of that I think is definitely true. I think things like two-factor authentication was something that Raven talked about, being able to, continue to build on the block lists and all those parts of it. And a lot of people talked about IP bans, but again, you can kind of circumvent some of that stuff with a VPN or any other kind of ways you reroute yourself through the internet to get to another space. In the grand scheme, it's a bunch of different things that have to work in tandem to make it so that people feel safer on the platform. Some of that is technology based, some of that is cultural, some of that is, you know, being able to, you know, speak to the audience and sadly hoping that they grow up in between the time of Twitch being a basically 10 to 12-year-old platform to now. We're asking a 10-year-old to be super mature. And if you understand it in those terms, then you understand where we're at. So I think it doesn't help people who are in the space right now, because every day they're having those hate raids come to them and all these things. But I do think that there is a space there that I personally get a little frustrated with the technology layer of it, that people just automatically kind of just push to the side.
Just
And
push the
because
button. It'll be easy.
yeah, like I was like, have you coded anything? Like, no, it's not like it doesn't work like that.
It's Amazon.
Whereas,
They got a quick fix button for anything.
look, I full transparency. I used to work for Amazon. The fact that Amazon still runs is magic to me, and that's not bullshit. Like that's me being a person who is seen behind the curtain. Like Amazon in many ways is brilliant and fantastic and terrible at the same time because of Bezos and all that kind of stuff. And also there are parts of it that are like held together with duct tape. So like, I think people should understand that layer of it before they're like, well, Amazon has a bunch of money and they can just fix it. It's not the way any of this works. So I'm happy Raven was able to, use their activist platform to talk about this in a bigger and broader way. I just hope that the folks who are also, you know, being assaulted in these ways understand that there are really good people who are behind Twitch, who are in some layers of the funnel, who are actively trying to make this stuff better, and it's not easy. So that's my thoughts on those bits. And we talked about a whole bunch of other, like, besides what the platform should do, what should Black and brown creators do in that space too, that I feel it like is the missing part of the equation that doesn't really get spoken about in a big way.
We're talking about Xbox Gamescom conference at the top of the episode featuring Paris Lily. But let's talk about what else is coming this month as far as press conferences. On August 18th, we have the Pokemon Presents, where they talk about Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Pokemon Legends Arceus. That'll be happening this Wednesday, coming up at 6 a.m. Pacific time. Destiny 2, the Witch Queen expansion, is going to be shown off on August 24th, and Bungie is going to be talking about that and so many other things on August 24th. So look out for that if you are a Destiny 2 fan. It is being rumored that Rockstar is making a remaster of 3 classic Grand Theft Auto games: GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas. It is being reported that Rockstar Dundee, their Scottish studio, is making the remaster, and the games will have a mix of old and new graphics, and will have an updated UI, but the gameplay will be as close as possible to the original games. What's really interesting is that it's being reported that it is going to come to modern consoles such as PS5, Xbox Series X, and previous generation consoles such as PS4 and Xbox One, and will even be coming to the Switch and Google Stadia. It's important to remember these aren't all rumors, and there's even a rumor that there will be a Red Dead Redemption remaster. We don't even know when these are expected to come out, and if they are even real. So we'll just have to wait and see. Have you heard this, Kahlief?
I did, and I don't know why.
What are your thoughts on it? Tell me.
I'm like, what? Just stop making stuff until you make 6. That's the thing that everybody cares about. Nobody else cares about all this other stuff. Like, again, I think it is brilliant that they are, you know, milking GTA Online for everything they can.
Yeah.
But like, no one cares. Put 6 out, and then we'll be good.
I was gonna ask you if you had a sales pitch for these GTA games, because I think the only one of these 3 I played is Vice City. And
Vice City is good. I can't front on Vice City. Vice City is like a seminal game in that franchise, but still, stop putting out ish.
Super Rare Games has revealed that they're making a Super Rare Mixtape Volume 1, a physical indie game collection of 30 games and 6 demos. There's a lot of games. I don't really want to go through all of them, but some of the games include Emily is Away, Good Morning Drifter, Greetings, Forklift Man, and Kiwi 64. And there's also a demo for Skatebird. Kahlief, McKenna, my question to you is: if you could make a mixtape of 5 games, any 5 games, what would it be?
There's so many games.
There's a lot. There's a lot of games.
So many games. I want to make Howl at the Moon. I mean, Chant at the Moon game.
Chant at the Moon. All right.
Chant at the Moon game.
Chant at the Moon 2. Chant at the Moon 3.
Yeah, I want them to all be named in the way that they name like Final Fantasy games. Ooh, you got to play Metal Gear 3. You have to play 4 a.m. You have to play El Shaddai. You have to play Run and Gun, which is an old basketball game. And then you have to definitely play like Mega Man 2, which is a very, very interesting game because it was just like they finally got their groove when they made that game. So it was super cool to be able to see it.
McKenna, what are your 5 games to be?
All right, here we go. This is where we find out that I haven't played a lot of games. So we're gonna go Euro Truck Simulator 2, Papers, Please. Let's go with Civilization 5. The first Professor Layton game, Professor Layton: The Curious Village, and let's go Stardew Valley.
I think my games would be Breath of the Wild, Celeste, Portal 2, Animal Crossing: New Horizons, why not? And Stardew Valley. All right, Kahlief, what have you been playing? I really want to know.
Ooh, and thank you for asking. I've been playing the Game of the Year nominated Chant at the Moon. I've been playing Hades. I've been playing a bunch of Hades.
The console edition or the...
console edition. So I was bouncing between Xbox. I was talking about this on Twitter today. I was bouncing between Xbox and the PlayStation one, and found out that I really don't like the PlayStation version because of the controller, which I didn't think it was going to be a thing. I had played
5?
Yeah, PlayStation 5, PS5. Like, I love the DualSense. I think it's amazing and innovative.
But for Hades, it just ain't it.
But for Hades, it just didn't feel right. Like, I had played PC version of Hades with an Xbox controller, and was hoping that maybe the PlayStation, because it has some of the haptic feedback stuff in it, would feel a little bit different and cool. But you can't hit the angles the way that I was trying to hit the angles. But
interesting.
That was an interesting thing to kind of play around with. I started playing Boyfriend Dungeon literally 20 minutes before we started recording. I feel like that game is just going to call me old a bunch. Like, that game is. You
were saying like you missed out on like the digital era of dating.
Yeah, I'm old enough that I used to talk to people in real life. Didn't text them to be like, "Yo, I like you," heart emoji. Like, that wasn't a part of my game. Like, that wasn't the way that I would like talk to people. So it'll be actually really interesting to see like how that kind of translates to me as a human. So I'm excited to actually dig into that, to play layers of that, and then a bunch of other stuff that I can't talk about besides Back for Blood again. I jumped back into that, which was super fun. And I want that game a bunch.
Is the demo up already?
It's still there. It's still like people are still playing it. It's so good. It's going to be so good. I'm fiending for that game.
If you're watching this now, jump in it. This is Sunday. This goes up Sunday, so play it while you still can. Yeah, I thought Back for Blood was a lot of fun. It's a thing where it's like it's a lot of fun with friends.
Yes.
Like, that's it. You have to have friends to play the game. If you're playing it alone, you're just gonna be miserable.
You're not gonna like it.
What was Splitgate like? I haven't been able to play that.
Ooh, Splitgate is great. It's Portal and Halo mixed together, and it's super fun. I got a chance to play with everybody's favorite commentator / player / playboy, Andy Cortez, Maximum Rifle Andy Cortez, and Snowbike Michael. It's really good. It's way better than you would expect it to be for a game of that ilk that is absolutely copying everything off Halo. It's a map that looks exactly like Midship. But the Portal thing like adds this whole other layer to it of the way you think about movement and thinking about kind of flanking your opponent, which actually I'm kind of mad Halo proper doesn't have this. It's really good. I was really surprised at it.
Would you rather play Splitgate than Halo?
No.
If they both came out at the same time?
Not even close. Like, Halo just has all the stuff that you need. Like,
yeah.
Because like even the announcer in Splitgate that's trying to be like the Halo announcer, it's like if you had your little brother in the room talking into a mirror and he just hit puberty.
It's like the difference between Tom Hanks as Woody and his brother as Woody.
Yeah. It's like Halo as opposed to like Halo. It's different. It's different. It just doesn't hit the same. So It would be cool though. Like I'd like to see if they went head to head on a launch date.
Thank you for checking out this week's episode of Patch Notes.
And you can find me at Kajakins on Twitter, at Spawn on Me Podcast on Instagram, and at Spawn on Me on Twitter as well.
You can follow me at Caesar Towers. You can follow McKenna at PotterPants212. Follow the show. Subscribe, like, share it with everybody, comment, leave a 5-star review on podcast services. That'll really help a lot. But be sure to follow us on Twitter at PatchNotesVids. Be sure to check in next time when we give you your weekly Patch Notes.